Today I'm scrapping a sewing machine. So on the back here, there's a whole bunch of screws. Okay, so that's steel. Um, Never done something like this before, so I don't know what to expect. I'm assuming there'll be a few motors, but I'm not sure. Okay, there's another screw. This sewing machine right here is pretty light, has a plastic shell. I'm assuming there's still some interior steel framing, so I'll try to get that out if there is any. And then after I get this screw over here out, there's one more, and I should be able to separate it. Okay, there we go. These screws, I don't think you could get with a drill for the most part, unless you had some sort of specialty bit due to how far they are. This tape might have one under. Yep, it does. There's a hidden one. Due to how far these are in the plastic. Okay, now it should all fall apart. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ones on the bottom. For some reason this isn't gonna fall apart. Okay, so there's one, and then that exposes all this. So I'm gonna go ahead and there's another screw behind that right here. There's a whole lot of screws in this. Maybe behind these right here there's screws. Oh, there's not. So it should just be falling apart, but it's not. Yeah, it's not coming apart. So let's see. Maybe they're just. There we go. I'm getting it to come apart. So, uh, there we go. Well, that came off. I had to break it though. Now there's a whole lot more screws. But I can see the motor that's right here. There you go. I think you can see that better. Might need a different screwdriver. Yeah, I'll need a different one. I'll go for the circuit board now. Over here. This might be a power board right here. Here's a nice piece of aluminum. Okay. Okay, so it's connected to a few wires. I'll have to go ahead and clip that. I didn't bring my good wire clippers, but there we go. So you got a good power board right here. There's two transformers, so you have this one right here and that one. A few ceramic capacitors if you want to take those off for silver refining. Oh, also found some thread that might be able to still be used. I'm not sure. Then go ahead and discharge all of these if they haven't. That can be a real hazard. All you do is take a screwdriver with an insulated handle or grip like this and touch the two prongs of the capacitor or whatever it is. Transformers also hold the charge, so that is one thing you should look out for whenever you're scrapping things. Especially since a lot of capacitors could be like 240 volts or so. I've only seen a few of those though, mainly in LED light bulbs. Those can be fatal if you're not careful. Blasted. So right there, there's a huge motor. Then go ahead and clear all that stuff out. I'm gonna want to get that motor out. I think right now motors are going for 28 cents a pound, but that might increase in the future due to increased copper demand. Okay, so here's your motor. Gonna clip these wires off. And there's this ferrite ring right there. So it's like silicon steel. And that, all you have to do, hit it with a hammer, and it'll come off. Okay, for this right here, there's these fins. Under it, there's screws. Okay, I think y'all see that now. I think you're gonna have to break off all the fins in order to get to it. Or maybe just one. I'll deal with that later. Um, Now I'm gonna get the power switch. So that can contain silver sometimes. I'm pretty sure they have silver contacts. Um, I don't know how I'm gonna get that off. Oh well. Okay, so there's a plug right there, but I'm not gonna deal with that. That goes to the foot pedal, which I'll scrap after this. Okay, another piece of aluminum. I'm gonna have to figure out what this is holding on to, or else I'll break another circuit board that has a few flat packs, and I don't really want to do that. But it has a whole bunch of wires going to it. Just gonna unplug all of them and see if I can remove the board. So there's some insulated number 2. Very cool red, white, and blue wires. Okay, so I've unplugged almost all of the wires. Now I think I have to unplug them to the ones that go to the board above it. Maybe just clip them. Now this board should, yep, just pops off. Now that's a pretty nice board right there. There's a few of these capacitors, and if you took those off, I think it would at least increase the board grade to medium, because you got these flat packs, and I think those are memory chips. If I'm right, this is a buzzer, so that might be okay. Maybe not medium, maybe just a low, but if you can depopulate that, that might not be a bad idea. Okay, so that's another piece of steel. Another one of these wires with the ferrite rings, but this time I can just slide it off. Now this, you're not supposed to put in your steel, but if y'all do, I don't know, they probably won't catch you because it's such a small amount. Then go ahead and take off all these wires from the board. So there's some more insulated number 2. Okay, there we go. I had to break off some of the plastic so it could come off. Then try to get this piece of plastic off. So then I might be able to get this other board off. It looks like just a mid-grade or a low grade. Then another screw. can't tell where this is being held on. Oh, I see. I missed a screw. So right here, where the sewing machine curves, I missed one screw. So that's why it wasn't coming off earlier. Okay, so that screw was probably screwed. Yep, now this came off, and it has a few boards, and go ahead and pull those off. I definitely should have used a drill for this, it would have gone way quicker. Now, whatever this is came off, but just a big hunk of steel. So that can go in your shred or steel or whatever they call it at your scrapyard. Okay, so there's this board right here. It got 2 ceramic pastors which have silver, and then 7 buttons. So this might be a mid-grade board. Then go ahead and pull off the wire. I think it definitely could be. I just clean up these wires and then that could be a mid-grade board. Now my scrapyard does not accept electronics. Well, if you put it in the shred they will, but they don't accept circuit boards. So if I wanted to, I'd have to drive a long distance to get a board recycling place that might pay me money, or I could send it into board sort. So right here, I don't know what this is, but it's mostly steel, so that goes into steel. This here, I'd say low grade board. That's all plastic. One more screw on this, and then the display should come off. My understanding is in screens, there's a bit of silver. So I don't know how to refine that, but if y'all do, y'all can figure that out. Okay, so you got screen here with a ribbon wire. And I'm pretty sure these go in copper number 2. Oh, and I forgot this little board. It's just an LED. So that would be a low grade board. Now this is all crap. Now I'm gonna get back to this. Now you can see just about everything that's on the inside. That's just more steel. Now there's this long rod that should be able to get out. It appears to be steel. And there's also gonna be a motor over here, I think, because the wires come over here, so there has to be something. Okay, so there's that piece of plastic I was trying to get off earlier. You have to pull off these little tiny clips that hold the wires in, or at least one, to make it easy. Now this should come off if I get these screws. Okay, this should, yep. Oh, it's still stuck by this screw up here, I think. No, there's something else. I guess that's how it starts the needle. Um, hmm, gonna have to go get another size screwdriver, maybe. Okay, yeah, get another screwdriver. And so one of these should work. Okay, that'll work. There we go. Where'd I set that? I'll get that screw off. I think I should get this Okay, there's one screw. This is taking surprisingly long to scratch. I thought this would only take like 10 minutes, but no, it takes like 30, 40. This might even take an hour. This is all steel except for this plastic bit, so setting that over there. I'm gonna get this motor off, hopefully. Maybe not. Oh, wait, no, I got it. So that's still attached by a gear. Um, I might just hit that with a hammer off camera. More steel. This is surprisingly complicated for anything. It even has more mechanical parts than electrical, I would say. Okay, there's the threading thing. There's a small motor right there. If you get the motor off and then some of the other stuff off, I would just throw it in the shred. There's not much there that's worth anything. There might be some aluminum on there, but I'm not gonna try to get it. having trouble getting that screw off. Might just use a flathead for that. So the motor's still connected because one of those gears. So you'll have to scrap this out completely, get the motor. I think. I'll do this stuff off camera because I really don't know what to do about it. And then there's this one right here. I might be able to just pull this off. Yep, and it's the same way. So there's a gear holding in the motor, and then the rest is steel. So I'll get off the motor. This one doesn't seem hard. I could just take a flathead and hit it with a hammer a few times. The other one, maybe not. I'm gonna move on to the foot pedal. So you have this long cord. Gonna go ahead and flip that. So that's insulated number 2. And I'm assuming the screws will be underneath this. No, they're not. Maybe I just pry the spark. You just pry it from right there. There's a little lip. Steel spring. That's plastic. That'll go in the trash. That'll be fine. There's a little bit of steel here and then a small circuit board. I'm gonna get the steel and the circuit board out, and then I think that'll be all for scrapping sewing machine. I bet a lot of the earlier models of this would have had a whole lot simpler stuff than this. Or at least more mechanical stuff than electrical. I guess that wouldn't help much. Okay, so here's your circuit board. It's gonna be probably a low grade. I'm not really sure what to say. Because it has a variable resistor on there, I think. Or a dimmer switch, whatever it's called. That's all there is on it. I'm gonna get this chunk of steel off. And then clip the wire again. don't. You should wear gloves whenever you're messing with this, because there's a whole lot of grease or something. Not exactly sure what it is, but wear gloves when you're messing with it. Yeah, I can't get the steel off. I, I'll just break it off, but there, that came off easy. Well, that's really all for scrapping a sewing machine, other than this stuff that you have to figure out.